It's probably been since like a month and a half since I've made a YouTube video. And I feel like I've been neglecting this channel a lot because I've decided to focus on pursuing content creating on TikTok and on Instagram, mostly TikTok, of course, but I don't know why all of a sudden I felt the need to make a YouTube video because it's not something that I do. And I feel like the content or the style of content that I create on YouTube is completely different than the style of content that I'm creating on TikTok. And I was looking at my iPad and I was looking at the calendar, and this like, I don't understand why I'm so like freaking emotional. Like I'm always emotional. What is going on, dude? Like I guess I'm just really in tune with my emotions nowadays, where like all I want to do is just let them out. But September 22nd through the 26th, I decided to take this week off completely to myself and to just focus on things that make me happy. I don't know why specifically I picked those dates, but I'm looking at the calendar and it says it's Rosh Hashanah. And I don't know if I'm saying that right, but from what I do know, this is the Jewish New Year. And there's certain traditions and celebrations that happen during this time to celebrate the new year. And I find it kind of ironic that I chose this time to take off and to reconnect with myself and just get myself grounded at the same time that there's a Jewish New Year. And recently I was reading about the shofar, and I don't know if I posted it here, if I posted it on TikTok. I think I posted it on TikTok, but I basically was speaking about how I kept coming across the word or the name or images of shofar. And I looked it up, basically like, what does it mean, you know? And it ended up being that the shofar basically, and I just looked it up, but basically it says the shofar symbolizes, like, it functions as a spiritual call to awareness, introspection, and repentance during this holiday. And it's more of like an alarm clock, like an awakening, an alarm saying that it's time to return to a state of connection, of purity, like return to a state of being connected to purity and to God. I'm gonna pause this, hold on. I hate coming on here and like talking about this kind of stuff because it's crazy how I get so emotional about this, and it's because like everything has been working out in God's time. And I've been so busy trying to make things happen at my time that I keep forgetting that everything happens for a reason and happens at a reasonable time. It happens in God's time. And while I am the creator, I'm the one who's envisioning, I'm the one who's creating a reality for myself. God is granting it to me. And while he is physically the creator, I am the creator, if that makes any sense. I don't know how else to make it work. I don't know how else to put it into words, but like, how ironic is it that I said I want to take this time to reconnect with myself and just bring myself back to a state of happiness. And not that I'm not happy, but it's just, there's been so much that's rapidly changing, and like I feel like I'm in a constant state of just going, that I felt like I needed a break. I just needed time to be myself, and I haven't been feeling like myself, and I started just kind of questioning a lot of my existence and like my purpose and like why I am the way I am. And I was just not really understanding, like, I wasn't understanding who I am. I'm not understanding what I'm meant to be, or what I am, who I am. And a lot of that is because I'm in a space where I can create anything I want to be. I can become anyone I want to be. And I don't have a blueprint as to like who I want to be and how I want to be. Like, I'm just really just going based off what I see and how I feel. But a lot of times, like, I'm doing things and I don't know if it feels like me or if it is me, and I'm just doing and I'm just going and going and going. And I don't know, I needed some time to just ground myself again and bring myself back to myself. There is a lot of things that I'm having to admit to myself about my life that I just haven't been too happy with. And I'm starting to realize that a lot of things that I'm doing are self-sabotage and not I had someone come up to me yesterday and they said, dude, I recognize you. You're from TikTok. And like, oh, dude, why am I so emotional? The fact that someone recognized me is like wild, because that is like my wildest dreams. And it's like every time I pray for something, I never know how it's gonna happen. But you know, I prayed for some type of recognition, and I don't know why I thought it was going to be like within my job or like within my family. I never thought I never thought it was gonna come in from somebody being like, I recognize you from TikTok. But that's just like, I don't know. That's what I've neglected this channel so much because I know that on YouTube I am having to be really real and really transparent and very raw with myself, because ultimately what I'm doing here on YouTube is creating content for my future self to look back on. And I'm creating content for Erica to look back and see growth. And funny enough, like, I'm able to see it now. Like, I can go see my first video and like I see how different I talk and how different I think. And I remember being that person. But it's crazy how now, as I'm recording this, like, I'm somebody completely different. I don't think the same way. I don't talk the same way. I don't have the same like habits or the same like mannerisms that I used to in January. And of course, like, nobody's ever expected to stay the same, but it's crazy how much, and I keep saying that, like, it's crazy, but it, like, my life is changing exponentially every single day, and every day there's something new. But how ironic is it that I pick the New Year season to bring myself back to recollection and to reconnect with myself, being that I am a spiritual being that I am the highest form of creation / creator. And this is a time where we're called to connect with source, to connect with God. Like, and me considering, like, me telling myself that this was a time for me to connect with myself, like, it's just really mind-blowing. I can't keep talking about it. I wish I could just like pegar mi cabeza con alguien más and like transmute my thoughts because I cannot do it in words. But I've been experiencing so many different things recently that I'm leaving so many things and so many people behind. Did I just say that? Oh my gosh. That's the first time that I've had to admit that. That's the first time I've ever done it. Oh my gosh. I think this is time that I just end this video because I'm just gonna keep going on a rant and keep talking about this. But like, I'm having so much fun creating content on TikTok because I feel like that's me able to put my creativity finally into fruition. And this week, what I really want to do is go to a sound bath, and I want to find maybe not even a sound bath. Like, I want to go to a garden, or like I want to go somewhere very earthy, and I just want to connect with nature because I find myself that's when I'm most grounded and most connected. I mean, like 2 or 3 days ago, I was sitting out by the pool just completely sunbathing, and it started because I wanted to get tan, but I ended up finding myself just so energized and so connected with energy that I think that's gonna be like a weekly ritual kind of thing where like I want to take in the sun and like no artificial lighting, like the sun, you know. But anyways, mejor lo acabo aquí. I feel like I'm just rambling at this point, but I'm reconnecting.